Buckle up, buttercup. ESTJs incoming. Right, let's talk ESTJs. You know the type. Always on time, always right, or so they think, and always happy to tell you exactly how to live your life. Watch till the end, because I will tell you a surprising fact about ESTJs that might make you want to hug one. Or more likely, run for the hills. No judgment here. We're going deep today, folks, diving into the murky depths of the ESTJ psyche with their 8 cognitive functions, as laid out by that fun-loving guy Jung. We're talking about the ESTJ's inner hero, their nagging parent, their neglected child, and, oh yeah, their inner demon, because who doesn't love a good demon? Don't worry, we've got the good stuff from behavioral psychology and all those top-notch Jungian folks. Stick with me, you won't want to miss this. So, ESTJs. They're the managers, the executives, the ones who color-code their sock drawers and alphabetize their spice racks. Structure, they cry, give me order or give me death. Just kidding, they wouldn't say that. Too dramatic. They just give you a very detailed spreadsheet outlining exactly why your lack of organizational skills is bringing down the company. These folks thrive on logic, efficiency, and tradition. They're the ones who keep the world running on time, even if it kills them, and it just might. But beneath that perfectly starched exterior beats a heart of, well, more starch probably, but also a surprisingly complex system of cognitive functions that makes them the lovable-ish control freaks we know, and let's face it, sometimes avoid. Let's start with the ESTJ's hero function, extraverted thinking. This, my friends, is their jam. This is where they shine brighter than a freshly polished wing mirror. Extraverted thinking is all about logic, reason, and getting stuff done. And let me tell you, ESTJs get stuff done. They're the ones who build the empires, write the rules and make sure those rules are followed to the letter. Need to optimize your productivity? Just ask an ESTJ. They'll happily provide you with a 12-step program, a color-coded calendar, and a look that says, I'm not sure why you haven't figured this out already. They're not being mean, they just genuinely believe their way is the best way. And hey, sometimes they're right, but don't tell them that. They'll never let you live it down. Next up, we've got the parent function, Introverted Sensing. This is where things get interesting. Introverted Sensing, often abbreviated as C, is a function that dives deep into the well of personal and collective history. It's like having a mental archive that meticulously catalogues every significant event, tradition, and experience. Introverted Sensing is all about the past, about tradition, about doing things the way they've always been done. It's the function that treasures historical artifacts, cherishes traditional family gatherings, and finds comfort in old-fashioned tools that have stood the test of time. Remember that color-coded calendar? Yeah, that's not just for efficiency, my friend. It's a symbol of order and consistency, a way to ensure that every task is done at the right time, in the right way. That's a sacred ritual passed down through generations of ESTJs since the dawn of time. These heirlooms and photo albums are not just objects, they are the keepers of family history and tradition. This function is like a giant internal library where ESTJs store all their memories, experiences, and of course, rules. Imagine a vast archive room filled with shelves of books, each one representing a different aspect of their life. It's the voice in their head that says, we've always done it this way, so clearly it's the only logical way to do it. This internal dialogue reinforces their routines and habits, making them feel secure and grounded. Now, don't get me wrong, introverted sensing can be a good thing. It provides a strong foundation, a sense of continuity, and a deep appreciation for the past. It gives ESTJs a strong sense of history, stability, and a really impressive collection of commemorative plates. These collections are more than just hobbies, they are a way to preserve and honor the past. But it can also make them a little resistant to change, new ideas, and anything that might disrupt their carefully curated world. This resistance can sometimes lead to a cluttered workspace or a hesitant attitude towards new opportunities. Section 5, Child Function, Extraverted Intuition, the Untamed Frontier and why ESTJs avoid it. Now let's talk about the ESTJ's child function, Extraverted Intuition. This is where things get complicated. You see, Extraverted Intuition is all about possibilities, about exploring new ideas, about thinking outside the box. It's the function that whispers, what if and why not? And frankly, it terrifies the living daylights out of most ESTJs. It's not that they're not capable of extraverted intuition, they have it. It's just buried deep down under layers of logic, tradition, and a healthy dose of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This function is like that wild, untamed frontier that ESTJs would really rather just fence off and pretend doesn't exist. It's messy, it's unpredictable, and it threatens to upend their entire carefully ordered world. So they do what any sensible person would do. They avoid it like the plague. Section 6. Inferior function, introverted feeling. The volcano under the mountain of logic. And finally, we come to the ESTJs, inferior function, introverted feeling. This, my friends, is the volcano under the mountain of logic. It's the emotional core that ESTJs keep buried so deep they sometimes forget it's even there. Introverted feeling is all about personal values, about empathy, about all those squishy feelings that ESTJs would rather just ignore. Now, this doesn't mean they don't have feelings. Oh, they have feelings, all right. They're just very, very good at compartmentalizing them, suppressing them, and covering them with a thick layer of "I'm fine, everything is fine." But every now and then, when you least expect it, that volcano erupts. And when it does, watch out. Section 7, Nemesis, Critic, Trickster, Demon, ESTJs, Shadowy Companions. We've covered the hero, the parent, the child, and the volcano. But now we venture into the darker, more mysterious aspects of the ESTJ psyche. But hold on to your hats, folks, because we're going even deeper into the abyss. This is where the real intrigue begins. We're talking about the ESTJ's shadow functions, the nemesis, the critic, the trickster, and, wait for it, the demon. These are the hidden facets that lurk beneath the surface. Now, these functions are like those creepy relatives you only see at weddings and funerals. They show up uninvited and make things awkward. They're awkward, they're uncomfortable, and they make everyone a little bit nervous. You can't ignore them, but you wish you could. The nemesis whispers doubts about competence and control, constantly challenging the ESTJ's sense of authority. The critic judges everything and everyone, including themselves, never satisfied and always finding flaws. The trickster plays pranks with logic and order, creating chaos where there should be structure. And the demon, well, let's just say the demon is best left undisturbed. It represents the deepest fears and darkest impulses. These shadow functions represent everything the ESTJ tries to repress, the parts of themselves they don't want to acknowledge, everything that doesn't fit into their neat and tidy worldview. It's the clutter in their mental attic. They're the dark side of the ESTJ personality, the hidden layers that complicate their otherwise straightforward nature, the part they try desperately to keep hidden from the world and themselves. But understanding these shadowy companions is key to understanding the full complexity of the ESTJ. Section 8, ESTJs more than meets the monogram sometimes. So there you have it, the ESTJ personality in all its glory. Often misunderstood, these individuals are the backbone of many organizations and communities. They thrive on structure and order, and they have an innate ability to lead and manage. They're controlling, they're judgmental, they're more afraid of a Jackson Pollock painting than they are of actual spiders. Their need for clarity and precision can sometimes make them seem rigid and unyielding, but you know what? They're also loyal, dependable, and they make a really good spreadsheet. Their attention to detail ensures that nothing falls through the cracks, and their commitment to their responsibilities is unwavering. They're the ones who keep the world running smoothly, even if they do it with an iron fist and a color-coded to-do list. Their organizational skills are second to none, and they take pride in their ability to bring order to chaos. And that surprising fact I promised you, well, it's something that might just change the way you see them. Well, it turns out that deep down beneath all that logic and efficiency, ESTJs just want to be loved. Shocking, I know. They have a softer side that they rarely show, but it's there. They might not always show it, they might even deny it vehemently, but it's true. Their tough exterior often hides a deep need for connection and appreciation. They crave approval, even if they pretend they don't need it. Their drive for excellence is often fueled by a desire to be recognized and valued. So, next time you encounter an ESTJ, try cutting them a little slack. Understand that their high standards come from a place of wanting to do their best and help others do the same. Offer them a hug if you dare. Tell them you appreciate their organizational skills. And whatever you do, don't be late. You'll thank me later. Remember, behind that stern exterior is someone who just wants to be appreciated and loved. Section 9, the shocking truth about ESTJs. Prepare to gasp. Here's the kicker, the real truth bomb. Ready? ESTJs can be hilarious. Yes, you heard me right. Hilarious. It's that dry, sarcastic wit, the unintentional irony, the way they take themselves so seriously, it circles right back around to being funny. They're like walking, talking sitcom characters, and sometimes you just can't help but laugh. So there you have it, the ESTJ personality complex, contradictory, and yes, even a little bit cuddly sometimes. Right folks, that's it for our deep dive into the minds of ESTJs. I read each comment and reply to it. Feel free to leave a comment and tell me what you think about the ESTJs in your life, and don't forget to like and subscribe to keep notified of future videos.